How do I tell my daughter about Independence Day? With a note from Dad. Hi, Avery. I want to talk to you about John Hancock. John Hancock is one of our country's founding fathers. Our country, the United States, used to be a part of Britain, a country in the continent of Europe. The citizens of the United States did not like being a colony of Britain. Britain was like a mean parent, and the child, the U.S., had grown up and wanted to be free and independent. On July 4th, 1776, the U.S. leaders signed the Declaration of Independence. Independence from Britain meant enormous risk. The U.S. was actively at war with Britain when the Declaration was signed. The first signer of the Declaration of Independence was a man named John Hancock. He famously wrote his name in a big and bold fashion, so there would be no mistaking his desire for freedom. In signing the Declaration, he put himself and his family in harm's way. He risked losing everything by making himself a target for Britain. He was rich. He did not need to sign or risk his life for freedom. However, there are many things in life more important than your comfort, safety, or even your own life. For example, the life of your children are more important than your personal safety. If your children risk suffering under brutal tyranny, it is worth risking a lot to ensure that does not happen. Many dangerous things are worth dealing with sooner rather than later. John Hancock reminds me that brave people have existed throughout time, and I can learn from them by studying history. Our country owes him and the other founding fathers our gratitude for taking on meaningful personal risk and making freedom and a rebellious spirit a part of our country's identity. On July 4th, we honor John Hancock, our founding fathers, and those who fought in the Revolutionary War to earn our country's independence from Britain. To quote General John Stark from New Hampshire, "Live free or die. Death is not the worst of evils. I love you. Love, Dad." So tomorrow's Independence Day, and I wanted to write my daughter a note about Independence Day. And I thought the story of John Hancock was so cool. He signed the Declaration of Independence first, and he wrote his name in giant script, so there was no mistaking it. And that's so cool because he risked everything. He risked losing his life. He put his family in danger, all for the sake of freedom and liberty. And I think that's such a cool story. And it's cool to look back through history and see that there have been brave men and women that have done incredible things. And you can learn about those things and be inspired by those things. So I hope that's what this note does for my daughter. And the quote at the end, "Live free or die, death is not the worst of evils." That's one of my favorite quotes from General John Stark of New Hampshire. So I hope you enjoyed that note. Hope you have a great 4th of July. And that is today's note from Dad.